Whew, tough one, guys. But I do, it's disappointing because, especially for all the Sun Devils out there, this cup means so much, and it means so much to those guys in the locker room and so much to me. And I just wanted to apologize for not keeping it. For all of the media, and you guys know who you are. You have been gracious this whole time with me, and I really, really appreciate it. So it's hard because I care for these kids more than anybody knows, and so having them the last time in that locker room and them bawling, it's hard. So, but I'm good. I'm really good because I know what we did for those kids, and so nobody can take that away from us. So, I'll take any questions.
John, obviously 5 turnovers does a team in, right? I mean, it's hard to overcome that.
Yeah. In crucial areas too. A couple of times in the red zone, and then at the end of the game, then we thought we should have closed it out. We needed to get probably 10 more yards to get us into that field position to get the kick, and then the last one. But those mistakes do kill us. It's an emotional game. I get it. People are in their each other's faces. There's personal fouls. It's just the love for the game, and that's just the game of football. But those turnovers, coach, really hurt us.
And Coach, from your standpoint, I know you said, obviously in the beginning of the week, playing with passion and not letting emotion get to you. Obviously in a rivalry game, it's tough, but as you're talking to the team on the sidelines, I mean, obviously it's frustrating, but how tough is it to kind of get rid of those after-play personal fouls?
Yeah, right before the fourth quarter, I brought everybody over, and I said, we can't get emotional. And I know how this is, and people's getting in faces, taking shots. It's just, but we have to play smart because 15-yard penalties kills a series, and there's not too many series left. And so I brought them in the fourth quarter, put them all on one knee, and expressed and it wasn't real good in regards to me being kind, but I expressed my thoughts to them, and then I thought they did well until the end of the last game, but emotions took over a little bit.
Coach, did you see what happened on the scuffle there at the end?
I think one of our kids was trying to get back to our side, and I really didn't see the whole thing. I just knew that our kids went across just because they wanted to protect one of our kids, and I just told them we never go back down, and we got to protect our own. I'm glad it didn't go out. I mean, it just didn't go crazy, but our guys will always protect our own guys.
Well, obviously nobody knows what the future holds, the staff-wise or whatever. What are you the most proud of when you look at being in charge and being the head guy? What are you the most proud of?
When I first went in my first interview, really excited about me inspiring young men and me making sure that they play for more than themselves and loving each other, and then the accountability. I wanted to make sure I bring about the accountability and the responsibility, but in reality, it turned the other way because they taught me how to be accountable for them, and they taught me that they could love me, and they taught me they inspired me to come to practice every day. So as much as I thought me and the coaching staff were going to do our job, shoot, that thing turned all the way around. And so I'm proud of our kids and the adversity in the last 20 months they've been through, and they're going to be successful later on in life. And I told them, my phone number will never change. No matter what time it is, I'll pick it up, and if you ever need me, and I'm proud of those guys.
Sean, your emotions and talking about being in the locker room for the last time.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Is that a conversation you've had, or is that just if that's the case?
Emotions from in the game, or just our emotions in the locker room?
Your emotions being in here, kind of sounds like you figure this was your last game, or do you know it was your last game?
I'm a pretty smart guy in regards to, we didn't get the job done, and it's a win business. I get it, and I'm so good because I took care of those kids. So I always gonna be a Sun Devil. This is one of the greatest things that has happened in my life and my family's life, and we made a difference. We didn't get it done, so there's going to be a lot of disappointed people in me from not bringing back that Terra Cup, and I'll take that, and I'm good with it. But I love those kids in that room, and so I'm good, man.
At the same time, Sean, there's been a lot of push from the fan base about if you don't get the job that you deserve to have a spot on the staff. Would you be open to that?
You know, the higher up is going to make that decision. The new coach that comes in is going to make that decision. Here's what I know about Sean Aguano is I'm never an ego guy. I want the Sun Devil Nation to win and be successful. So if that includes me, I'll do whatever I can to make sure that we win football games. And I'm not an ego guy. I can be the water boy on the side if they pay me enough for it. But whatever I can do in order to make Sun Devil Nation be prominent like they should be and deserve to be, I'll do whatever it is. And you know, that might not happen. There might be opportunities other places. I'm just a ball coach that loves kids and want to develop kids. And so wherever I land, I know I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability.
How much did you appreciate their fight and their will to try to win? It was such a close game.
Yeah.
So back and forth. How much did you just appreciate?
You know, I did. You know, when we talked about the last couple of games about finishing till the whistle blows, well, sometimes it becomes self-conscious and subconscious in regards to, you know, if I play well enough until the whistle blows, I'm good. And so I try to change that mentality this week is we're going to dominate from the beginning and let's go and freaking win this football game, not wait till the end. And of course, well, it came back to the end and they played till the whistle blew like it always went. But it was a dogfight and they fought hard.
One more question. What was it like seeing your pass catchers make some of the plays that they did today and Trent Bourget have the day he did?
You know, they grew up incredibly. I think Bobby Wade did a good job with those receivers and brought some excitement back when Trenton took over, and Trenton delivers the ball, and that little sucker is taking shots and still delivering the ball. And it brought some excitement. It brought some camaraderie with those guys, and they knew that they had to go up and make plays in order for us to extend series. And every time they went up, they get in shots and they made plays. And so, Chris, I'm so proud of them, the way they grew up, you know, BT and Badger and Gio, and then the tight ends are now, you know, shoot. I mean, that's a good little group right there.
And Bourget still has moxie?
Bourget has more than moxie.
We got two guys waiting too.
So
Brad,
Sean, how much of the defensive struggles kind of factor into your play calling and just overall approach to kind of the game flow and big decisions?
You know, defensive struggles. You know, when somebody goes down the field 3 times and then I gotta go shoot, I gotta go back and go 12 times. I mean, it's tough. You know, I mean, 3 plays, touchdown, and I'm like, oh gosh, we gotta go back on the field. You know, and it is tough, and I don't blame anybody. I'm in charge, and so I'll take that blame. And you know, those conversations I had with defensive coaches, we have to get stops. But it is tough as a play caller trying to play catch up all the time. But I know this is my last, guys. I appreciate everything, and you guys have been first class with me, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. How tough was this one?
Say it again, sorry.
How tough was this one?
Man, I can't even put it into words. Just want to apologize to Sun Devil Nation for this. Tough year, tough way to end it. Team really gave it our all, you know. I just challenge Sun Devil Nation, you know, whoever the next head coach is of this program, whether it be Coach Aguano or whoever they bring in, you know, let's step up our game. Let's really be a championship contender. Let's back NIL. Let's back the team. Let's back the coach, whoever it may be. I really challenge Sun Devil Nation. You know, let's be the best we can be, and let's be championship contenders.
Max, in your first Territorial Cup game, just with all the chippiness, what was this experience for you?
Honestly, it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. You know, first off, I just give an honor to God just to, you know, be able just to play a whole season healthy with my brothers. Man, the atmosphere and, you know, just the camaraderie between these two teams, it's like no other feeling, and I'm just blessed. I'm really blessed and honored just to be, you know, a part of this camaraderie. And yeah, man, I'm at a loss of words right now, but it's definitely an honor.
Can you just talk about the injury that you kind of sustained early and then how that affected you the rest of the game, if it did?
No, it didn't affect me. I just got rolled up on. You see a lot of perimeter blocks outside with a runner, and my guys just try to get the yards. So I was good. I played the rest of the game, but it didn't limit me at all whatsoever.
Was the rivalry what you expected? Because this is a first Territorial Cup game for you. How does it compare to what you thought it would be or were told it would be?
It wasn't even. I think it wasn't even about just the words. As soon as they were the next opponent on our list, I definitely felt it. Because I've watched Arizona State and Arizona on my own time when I was at Wyoming, and but definitely, you could see, the dial flip, and you could just feel the energy and feel like this was something that was gonna, be one for the books and one for the history, and that was very important for Sun Devil Nation. So, I definitely was aware, and I didn't back down. I definitely prepared, and but we just came up short today.
Kyle, you mentioned backing NIL. Just what needs to go into that?
You just look at the championship programs across, the entire nation. I mean, it's a little different than what we got, right? So I just challenge, let's step our games up. I'm always going to be a Sun Devil. I'm always going to back this program. I want to see it do great things. Unfortunately, I feel like I couldn't get to that level. But I know for sure, myself, my teammates, we played our asses off. We played our hearts out. We left it all out there on the field. And, that's all you can ask for at the end of the day.
Kyle, I know you can't control it, but when you say, obviously, what Coach Iguano meant to you, nobody takes over, obviously, a program when the team's winning, but just what he meant to you guys and just overall how he kept you energized going throughout the season.
Yeah, tough situation for Coach Iguano, but he took it, the best I feel like he could. We gave it our all for him, and he kept us together as a family, and, much respect to Coach Iguano. Like I said, if he's the next head coach, we're in great hands. But I tip my cap to Coach Iguano, and I appreciate him so much.
What are you most proud of about this season? I know it wasn't the end result. I know you're still fresh off the loss, but when you think back, you playing with the team, what are you most proud of and of this team as well?
We never quit. I feel like, there's every single game we never quit. That's all you can ask for as a team and from your teammates. It's never the way you want it to go, obviously, with this season, but the fact that we didn't quit, I respect all my teammates for that.
Kyle, we just heard from Trenton and Gio about your leadership in the last year, 2 years, and they're taking the mantle in that regard. So what things would you say to them, or would you say to us about what kind of has to be done in the next 90 days or beyond?
It's a tough question. I guess, have that championship mindset from the top down. I challenge everyone from administration, coaches, players, let's be champions. Let's have that championship mindset. Even in the fans, let's have a championship mindset in terms of supporting this program. That's what it takes to, really have a championship program all the way around. Everyone, that's a part of it's got to have that mindset, not be okay with mediocrity. I just challenge everyone to, let's step our games up all the way around.
You're right next to Trenton the entire game. Can you put into words just his performance and leadership he showed?
I mean, he played his ass off. I mean, this guy threw, I don't even know how many yards he threw, but I know he had so many completions. I mean, the O-line, they played their butts off. We protected. I mean, everything didn't go right, throughout the game. I mean, that's why you practice. Nobody's going to play a perfect game. Trent played, a great game. Like, I feel like you can't ask more than that. But, like we always say, it could come down to a handful of plays, and you make them. And, it's stuff happens sometimes. You can't ask no more for, one person to do, because everybody has to go out there and do that one job. They're 111. So, I mean, my hat's off to Trent. And just, the rest of my teammates, man. We played a tough game, man, but it's all good.
Kyle, I saw you were talking to the defensive players about that one stop going up to each guy and kind of saying something. What were you sharing with them, and how much were you able to kind of reflect on your journey as a Sun Devil in this rivalry in that series?
I mean, I told my D-line, you know, this is the game right here. I need someone to make a play up front. If anything, reestablish the line of scrimmage so we can, you know, make sure it's not even close to getting a first down. TJ made a hell of a play. Salute to all those D linemen, man. They battled all year. Salute to all my teammates on the defensive side, offense.
Definitely.
Like I said, you know, I tip my cap to everyone. No one quit. Always show respect for that. And yeah, second half of your question was what? Sorry.
Just how much were you able to reflect on your journey as Sun Devil and as in this rivalry during that last series?
Tough. You know, I hate losing to that team. You know, I was fortunate I never got to feel that feeling. Unfortunately, felt it today. Things just didn't fall the way they needed to. You know, I just challenged my teammates in the locker room after that. You know, hold on to that feeling forever. In the off season, remember what that feels like, and don't ever let that happen again. You know, push your game to the next level. And that's all you can do.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Questions? Trent, you just talked about what happened out there and how it was for you guys this afternoon.
Yeah, you know, it was tough offensively. You know, we were driving down the field. It looked like, you know, every drive we were able to, you know, drive down on them. You know, they made a couple plays, and, you know, we can't turn the ball over 5 times against a scrappy team like that. You know, to put the defense back out there, you know, 5 possessions, you know, that's hard. You know, you know, special teams, I think we had a fumble. Defensively, we gave up touchdowns in 2-3 plays. So, you know, as a team, you know, we fought till the end, but, you know, we got to play better against a team like that.
How did it feel for you, obviously, being from here, to come and be the starter in this game where you grew up?
You know, it was exciting, but to me, it was just another game. You know, they were a faceless opponent. Obviously, you know, I'm from Tucson, so I had, you know, probably over 200 family members in the stands. You know, but, you know, just try not to make it a bigger deal than it was. Take what the defense gives me. You know, like I said, they made a couple good plays on defense and ended up coming out on top. But, you know, that just is going to push us in the offseason to come back better and stronger next year.
With your showing this year, obviously it seems like it's really set you up to be, you know, the starter next year, whereas maybe in the past that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, you know, in college football today, you never know what's going to happen. You know, we don't know what coaches are coming in. We don't know what players are going to return. But for me, I'm just going to control what I can. I'm going to work this offseason to get bigger, stronger, faster. You know, I'm going to try to keep my guys here with me. And, you know, we're going to be something special.
The scuffle at the end, what happened?
I wasn't even a part of that, so.
We're just defending our teammates, that's all. Drew, how would you describe just this season, the coaching change, all the adversity you guys have had to battle through?
Yeah, it definitely was a lot to go through this season, but this team, you know, we were super close together, not just the players, but the staff and everything too, so it helped being able to lean on one another, you know, call your brother, hang out with your brother, whatever it was, to, you know, just help you get through whatever it was and just focus on football. And ultimately the goal for us was to go out there and prove everybody wrong. So, like I said, it was helpful to have people to fall back on.
Offensively, it was one really nice catch after another. What did it feel like kind of being part of that in this environment?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. You know, every day we go out there, you know, expecting to make big plays, you know, winning on one-on-one matchups. That's something big that's in our room every week. But as much as it feels good, it doesn't feel as good since we didn't come out with the victory, you know, so.
Obviously, a little soon to reflect, Trent, but what are you going to remember from this season, the ups and downs and the journey you had personally?
You know, trusting God's plan. You know, you never know when your number's going to be called, and you got to be ready. You know, so like I said, I'm going to go into this offseason, you know, just controlling what I can. I can't control the outside factors. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm frustrated we didn't come out with the victory today. I'm frustrated we didn't come out with a lot of victories this season, but you can't control that. It's in the past. So, you know, I'm looking forward to the future, and, you know, I'm just trusting God's plan to see what happens.
You mentioned just controlling what you can control, but, I mean, you are right. You don't know who your position coach will be next year. What will that be like, just not knowing?
You know, it's college football today. You know, like they said, you can't be a coach and, you know, come in and have, you know, 3-4 years to build something. It's got to be instant. You know, with the transfer portal and all these coaching changes, you know, you got to be able to come in and be successful. And I think Arizona State is a great place to build a program. You know, you have a great location. You have great kids in the state of Arizona. You know, I'm from Arizona, so, you know, we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, you know, we'll see what God has planned for everyone.
What roles do you guys have to play as, you know, older veteran guys to try to make sure that you don't have a letdown this winter?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, with us being, you know, the veteran guys now, people like Kyle and stuff like that leaving, it's just going to be, like, more weight on our shoulders. You know, we're going to have to be the vocal ones. You know, we're going to have to push people. You know, we're going to have to bring people together. We're going to have to, you know, we're going to be the ones who have to set everything up rather than, you know, Kyle, like the leadership group who was this year. So it's just really going to be us, like, coming together and taking that step forward to bring the team together because, like I said, we're a super close unit. So we're going to be solid next year for sure.
Yeah, you know, we haven't had a season like this in a while. You know, we went through a lot of obstacles, a lot of coaching changes, position changes, everything like that. So, you know, just making sure, you know, this team, you know, stays together, sticks together. You know, I'm already planning to have the guys already over at my house this week. You know, making sure we're all a family, not just on the field but outside the field. You know, like Coach Iguano said, you know, his number's never going to change. You know, so we got love for Coach Iguano and all the coaches this year that really, you know, we're in a tough position too. You know, had to have bigger roles, but you know, I love everybody on this team. That's the strength staff, you know, the equipment guys, my teammates, everybody in the building at ASU did a fantastic job. You know, we had a tough year, but everybody gave it all they can.
On the last pass, did you just get your elbow checked?
Yeah, you know, they ended up, you know, bringing a corner blitz, and I kind of liked it because, you know, we knew we were going to have a one-on-one matchup with our receiver, with the safety. You know, just didn't have time. I think they did a good job of, you know, trying to blitz me some. You know, we were driving down, like I said, like it was nothing. But you got to tip your hat to them. They made a good play at the end of the game, and you know, I wish I could have it back, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Trenton, you seem really positive about Arizona State right now. Does that mean you're sticking around?
You know, we'll see what happens, but you know, I'm gonna trust God's plan, and it's gonna all work out.
You had like maybe a few dozen of your family and friends sitting in the Zona Zoo there, wearing your shirts.
Yep.
What would that feel like for you to just see that?
Yeah, you know, growing up, you know, I didn't miss a home game here from the time I was born to the time I was 14. So, you know, this tunnel where we run out of, you know, I was in that first row. You know, I was booing the guys. I was booing Coach Berkovici when he'd run out, and now I'm that guy running out. So, you know, it's crazy how it all worked out, but I wouldn't change anything for the world. You know, to walk on at Arizona State, to have another former walk-on, you know, make big plays today over and over. It just proves to everybody out there in the state of Arizona, outside the world, you know, you may be overlooked, but control what you can, and good things can happen.
Did you consider Arizona at all?
You know, it was funny. I was trying my hardest to come here to walk on with Coach Sumlin's staff and, you know, Coach Richrod. And, you know, they would always tell me, yeah, you're always welcome to come here and, you know, watch. And I was like, watch? Like, I don't want to watch. I want to play. You know, and luckily, you know, 3 weeks before I graduated, Arizona State had me up on a visit. And, you know, the rest is history. But, you know, like I said, it was all God's plan and just trusting his timing and controlling what I can.
You guys ready? We got Coach Iguano ready to go here in a minute.
One more.
You got one more? First,
you mentioned some of those things that Iguano has instilled in the team. For both of you individually, what kind of impact is he going to leave with each of you?
I think it's really the ohana he talks about, you know, the family. Personally, for me, this is my 3rd year here now, and I feel like this is the closest, at least for me, I've ever been with the team, like as a unit. You know, we all hang out together outside of football, you know, like how Trent said. We go over people's houses, you know, we all bond together outside of football. You know, it's not just like, oh, we're at practice, like we got a little clique or however you want to say it. Like, we're all cool, we're all family. So I think if there's one thing that sticks, it's that. And then, of course, just always fighting to the end, no matter the circumstances, no matter what's going on, just always give it your all.
Yeah, for me, my bad. For me, you know, Coach Iguano, you know, I was lucky to, you know, grow up in the state of Arizona. He's a legend in Arizona. You know, I would tell people the last couple of years, I'm like, the guy right there, yeah, the running backs coach, offensive genius. You know, so I was super excited, you know, for him to get the opportunity to coach us and prove to everybody that, you know, he's capable of coaching a Division I football team. You know, you see offensively what we can do. You know, we're putting up big numbers. But, you know, like I said, he trusted God's plan just like I trusted it. And, you know, just staying together as a family, you know, not only in the game of football but outside. But, you know, like I said, you know, 20 years from now, you guys are all going to forget about this, but we're all going to be hanging out. We'll be texting each other like that. But, you know, like I said, Coach Iguano did a great job of bringing energy, keeping everybody together, and just at the end of the day, fighting to the last whistle.